All right, it's 2015, Talking Baseball Revisited. I'm your host, Rocket Kirchner. Ken Huntington. Madman Ken from Buffalo, New York. And we have a special guest, mystery guest, coming up in the next segment. This segment is going to be called Assessing Predictions. Ours and the professionals. Here's the thing about predictions. When Ken and I and Tommy made our predictions in January, it was our opinion. This is just our opinions, okay? We are not professionals. We have our own jobs. The difference between that and the professionals is, I don't mind being wrong. We make predictions. Everybody makes predictions. I will say this. There was a lot of predictions made. I was wrong about every one of them. Yeah, I'll just confess it. I was wrong. Okay? I was wrong about Seattle. Oh, I was wrong about Seattle big time. I was wrong about Boston. Okay? I was wrong about Boston. I was wrong about Seattle. I was wrong about a lot of stuff. And Tommy was wrong about the Padres. And Ken was wrong about the White Sox, and I was wrong about the White Sox. And so, but what Ken was right about was
the Madden factor.
Okay, tell him, just recess what the Madden factor is.
Well, I think everybody by now that loves baseball knows who Joe Madden is. Although I am a severe St. Louis baseball Cardinal fan, and when I found out, listening to the press conference and got the big news last year, or last February, that Madden was going to become a Chicago Cub. It was bittersweet because it was just like an uh-oh type of feeling.
Yeah.
Because he's coming into the division where my favorite team is, and all I could think in my head was there's going to be havoc. There's going to be serious havoc. This is going to change the complexion of the whole National Central, and it did, and it absolutely did. And I'm not tooting my horn, but Joe Madden is a special kind of manager. They call him he can make something out of nothing type of manager. But in his first press conference, and this is very important, I watched his first press conference, and one of the reporters, asked him an interesting question. They go, "Excuse me, Joe, is this going to be a rebuilding year?" And Joe looks at him and goes, "Rebuild? No." I go, "Well, what's your plan?" And he just said straight out, to win the World Series.
And let's remind the team that Joe Madden, for those of you who don't know, is the manager of. The last time they won the World Series was in 1908, and that is the Chicago
Cubs. Exactly.
So, this is interesting because Joe Madden said today, Ken heard it, that...
Well, I just listened to a press conference that he had on ESPN today, right before we were doing the segment of Talking Baseball, and Joe Madden, is amazing. He said, right out, he's a humble guy, but he's, in my opinion, I think he's a little bit of a trickster too. He gave a lot of respect, paid a lot of respect for the St. Louis baseball Cardinals. He said they were arguably the best team in baseball this year, and we did what we had to do. And he just came out and said nothing cocky or anything, and I truly respect that. Although it is painful.
Yeah,
it's bittersweet.
But we tip our hats as Cardinal fans to the Cubs and to.
But like Rocket and Tommy, I predicted the Chicago Cubs to win the World Series this year, objectively. And right now, so far, they're on their way.
They're in the
why I picked the Chicago White Sox? Thank you, Kevin Brown. I was swayed.
Okay, let's see what Baseball Digest, and by the way, it's not just Baseball Digest. Okay, USA Today, all the Sports Illustrated. They had the Nationals. They could wipe everybody out, and they're at the top of the line, and they didn't even get in the playoffs. Okay, they did predict two things right, and that is about Los Angeles Dodgers.
That's an obvious.
And the Cardinals. And
that's an obvious.
Okay, that's an obvious. Can make playoffs. But they missed. They didn't see. They made my mistake here, and this is the difference. I just one man's opinion. They made a mistake in the AL West and put Seattle first.
Right.
Okay. Who'd they put last in the AL West? Let me check. Houston.
And may I have a comment?
Houston.
I have to comment on this.
Please
because this is my opinion and my opinion only. I did a little homework on Houston because the Houston Astros, not arguably the worst rock bottom team in baseball for the past 4 years, losing 435 games in 4 years, and then along comes this young buck by the name of A.J. Hinch, which will become a household name, I believe, in my opinion, a household name, and comes and turns around this team. And I personally, Digest didn't even come close to even calling anything about the Astros. Where did they come from? To me, it's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in baseball. One of the most amazing turnarounds
Yeah,
is the Houston Astros this year. And I want to say this, that I think deservedly, A.J. Hinch should get a shot at Manager of the Year.
Okay. Tigers were supposed to be the best. You guys missed that one. And who's supposed to be the best in the East? Boston. Okay, so we don't need to rub it in too much.
No, did you mention the Nationals on the cover of Washington?
The Nationals were everywhere.
The Washington
as
Nationals
one,
to win it all.
And Houston was at the bottom, and it just whoop.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we are gonna turn the camera off. We're gonna come back with our mystery guest.
Beautiful.
Okay.